Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is early, relatively early for when I tend to do things really, which is just no schedule. It is what it is. So yes, I did get the turn. Gmail decided as well not to tell me. He sent it to me about 1:30 in the morning though, so I guess that's probably why I didn't know about that. He says, I see those buggers off of Rangoon. Brilliant. he's a coy guy. He doesn't miss much, but we'll see. So what we're going to do then is, before we obviously play the turn, is obviously we'll go over what is generally going to happen today, or what we would hope to happen, or what we expect to happen. And so essentially what we're doing then, around, well, to the north, well, around Andeni, that sort of area, Tupa, or whatever it's called. The actual BB damaged one, we decided to go ahead and take a risk and actually send it full speed with the actual CA. They're all heading somewhat to the north, to like northeast-ish, and then they're gonna come back into Tulagi. The idea is to actually get them out of harm's way to a degree. We have the CV run 100% cap. Hopefully that'll be enough to make a difference. We shall see. What we elected to go ahead and do as well is, we did have a light cruiser that was damaged. Decided to go ahead and have that sent with 3 DDs as well, all in separate task forces, all at full speed. And they're all going to go ahead and head to Tulagi. The idea is, well, I'm willing to sacrifice those assets, because this is something that we don't often get to do, really. I know that sounds kind of crazy. But I'm willing to sacrifice the damaged CL. Not that it's a bad ship, it's just we saw some pretty high value APs, like some pretty high value ships there. If we can get in and cause damage to the APs, or even cause damage to his plans in that area, it would be worthwhile. I do theorize that he is going to probably not chase. He may chase with surface forces, he may chase with the carriers, I'm not entirely sure. I kind of feel like his priority is going to be to safeguard the Luganville landings. But we do have, obviously, as said, the destroyer 3 destroyers, like Momis and Watatakis, or whatever they're called. I forget what DDs they were, but they were the small ones, the old ones. So 3 of those are heading in separate task force, as well as the CL, heading that way. 2 submarines are also heading into the Hex, and well, let's hope that we can actually get some G3s on target, too. Now, we have moved, so to Ricardo Bay, there's a 0 squadron. There's also a squadron of B5 and 2 Kates as well. I did elect to move another squadron of Zeros to Lunga too now. Obviously, we're not guaranteed that they'll be of any use right now. We're also not guaranteed that they're going to be of any much use due to being the size of one airfield. We shall see. But I'm hoping that next turn, and obviously, well, Lunga's not too far from being built up to a size 2 airfield as well. So I'm hoping for that. I elected... Gary wasn't too particularly happy, which I can understand, but I decided to... I'm going to try and place more mines at Tulagi, because I do believe that, well, if this is going to become the frontline base, we do need to try and protect it as much as possible. That, and I don't know, it's one of those, isn't it? It's like with mines, it's like, spreading them out doesn't do you too much good, it's about that density to a degree. So we're going to go for that. It's going to be an interesting one then, really. That is not profound. That asshole. We'll see. We are also sending 2 heavy cruisers to go ahead and bombard Chittagong. So we'll see how that goes. Let me see if the chat's working. Ah, there we are, it's working now. How you doing there, Keith? Hello there, UIPO. How you doing there, Alex? Good to have you, my friend. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how things go, really. There are 8 H6K4s at Tulagi as well. I've elected to put them onto night naval attack. Just I doubt it's going to happen, but I'm hoping that it may. We also do have a number of landing barges headed towards the danger area. I didn't get to see what that said there. We also do have some torpedo boats heading towards Andeni as well. The idea being if he sends surface forces, they may get caught up, may distract his forces, we shall see. We do have an encounter here. Oh, wow, he sent his carriers to Tulagi. And we have our light cruiser over here then. Okay, we don't have to worry about being chased by the carriers right now. And at least we do get a solid view of the enemy. Nighttime surface combat. I don't know how this is gonna go. It'd be amazing if we could get some torpedoes into a carrier, I tell you that. It would be quite nice. I mean, Yubara is obviously screwed, but we do have another 3 destroyers heading out this way too, so let's hope for the bloody best. I just need some torpedoes to hit, my god, man. So we do see the carrier formidable with a 6,000 yard range. Yeah, we also do have 2 submarines heading this way too, so this is interesting. Come on, just land a fucking torpedo! Just one fucking torpedo! Right, yeah, ram. Well, to be honest, yes. Just land a shell! Fuck me! Come on, it would be nice. It would be really, really nice to do something here. We do have another 3 destroyers coming in here, so let's bloody well hope for the best. But this is going better than I expected so far, so that's a good thing. Yeah, that means that we'll be able to get out of here. Our Allied Task Force manages to escape, Task Force breaks off, but they're still in the hex here. So we might actually cause him some consternation, but we actually come through with no hits on anybody there. But we do have additional forces moving in here. Okay. They're withdrawing for some reason, but we'll see what happens. Right, we do have 17 here. So we do have a destroyer. We'll speed through this one. So I thought he was going to go ahead and go for that protection here. I don't think we've landed any torpedoes. We seem to be horrifically bad at landing torpedoes. The DD, yeah, apparently we can't hit shit too, which is always fun. Okay, there'll be another one coming in. Right, so is that... Let's see then, so this is the cruisers over here. It'd be nice if we could land a single torpedo, but I don't think we will. Yeah, well this is it, we know what he has there now as well, which is obviously good information there. Nobody can hit for shit, but he can hit us and we just can't hit him, which is amazing. Improved night sighting. And it's like we are trained in night fighting as well, which is incredible. So the interesting thing is then, he does have the... oh, we get another shot here against the carriers then. Let's just speed this up over here then. I don't know if we hit formidable there. No, apparently... Why can we not hit for shit? For fuck's sake. Just hit something. Something, please. Fuck me. I can't believe that. Yeah, 100% moonlight. 100% can't hit shit. Unbelievable. How you doing there, Voken, by the way? Good to have you, my friend. Well, at least we know where the carriers are. We saw 2, though, which is interesting. So I wonder if there is more or what's going on there. I know, but still, I just want to believe there. I want to believe. I mean, it was a surprise on the first attack. I don't know. Right, flotation damage there. Okay. They're not too far. There's going to be flotation damage. We elected to move them full in case of the chase, but it seems that hasn't happened. So we'll have to deal with the consequences. Oh, we actually did manage to get to Chittagong. Okay. Well, that's surprising. Okay, so, he does have, obviously, coastal guns over here. But I'm just trying to hit the actual airfield, really. It's not half-ass. We elected to sacrifice 3 DDs and a CL that are not worth too much. Well, actually elected to save the majority of our force. I mean, this is it. We didn't know the carriers were going to go over there. We were hoping to actually hit the APs. Which they seem to have actually disappeared for the time being. Right, that doesn't look like it was the most effective bombardment ever, which is about right for us. I don't think it's half-assed. I think it's essentially just redeployed a tactic there. Half-assing would be doing one and doing the other. The main objective was to get the assets out, which we have done. And we elected to try and take a shot at Luganville, so I don't think it's half-assing. I mean, could you have predicted that they would be there? Hard to say. I'm fully prepared for these to go down. I was hoping that we could have hit the actual APs. That would have been nice. They seem to have disappeared from the area for now. Right, moving into the move. Oh, that is the west point, though. We do hit the west point. I'll take that. Yeah, so we do have our submarines in here. So we do hit the west point over there, which is a large AP with a torpedo. Very nice. We do have another one going in there, too. Right. I am moving my subs out this way, too. So I wonder where they were sent to return to Venecora, I think it is. But it's still, yeah, well, it's nice to get the torpedo into an AP there. Okay. So yeah, subs around the area. It's not too surprising. Yeah, they're over here. So they'll likely get hit by the Allied aircraft. These are landing barges. Those are torpedo boats to the north there. Okay. I mean, hopefully that ties up some of his strike capability. Oh, apparently we can't locate a target here today. That's always a... Oh, there are ships nearby that are just gone. It looks like we have managed to get away from them, which is a good thing. Okay. Now, I've taken the Oscars there at Hankow. We're going to have them moved out of China soon enough. We're just going to have the bombers operate all together against Chongqing here today. Just try and cause as much damage. Really, but then the bombers will be moving elsewhere soon enough. At least some of them moving somewhere soon enough. Okay. So 149 casualties. We are bombarding Chongqing here today for the first time with the actual artillery. There's 2 divisions right here at the moment, but a 3rd division will arrive during the turn. Yeah, it would have been nice to put a torpedo into a carrier, I've got to admit. Even landed some shells would have been nice, but alas no. Yeah, I mean this is it. They're working mostly from the same bases. Like, I imagine that might have been the Hankow lot, and then there's obviously Chang. I might even just fly them all from Hankow. And then reduce the risk at Ishang. Yeah, exactly. On the way to work. That's pretty awesome there, family. I hope you're having a great time, my friend. Right, so it does have B-17s coming in at last here, which is not too surprising. Kind of felt like that was going to happen at some point. So we do have 7 A6M2s over here. Well, 6 A6M2s. They're on bleed over cap from Buna. So he's electing to attack the troops over here. Okay. Now, 0B versus B-17, I mean, the A6M2 is going to be obviously suffering here due to defensive fire. That one's not too much a shock for that. Hopefully just get some damage in with the cannon. Not terribly likely. Yeah, that defensive fire is pretty ferocious. But damage is okay. Shooting them down is better, but damage is okay. It might lead to ops losses, but they are tough aircraft. I expected him to go for like one of the airfields, but it looks like he's electing to hit Moresby. Now, he can do damage against... Oh, we shoot one down, which is nice. He can do damage against the ground forces here, but we're bringing more anyway. At some point, we'll have a regiment at least, or a division at least. Another one damage there. Alright. So they're dropping out due to the defensive fire, which is not a surprise at all there, really. So they'd make it through. Yeah, so we can see that counter is being used there. That doesn't look like it's tremendously effective. So 4 more here again. Driven off by defensive fire, turns away, engine problems, and engine cutting out. Yeah, defensive fire, not great. But all in all, not bad. We shoot one down, 4 damaged, and they didn't really do much in the way of damage with their bombs there. So not bad. He might even lose 1 on the way back. Right, so we do see assets coming in here, so they're targeted probably one of the... yeah, so they're attacking Yabari. Now, we can see they just have all these forces here. They're obviously going to get screwed. I was hoping that they could have taken out an AP, but we'll see what happens here today. We did have 10 G3s not fly, unfortunately, but hopefully it means that we do have a strike go through with a larger escort. We shall see. Yeah, I was hoping that these guys could have got the AP, but it has revealed information over here, which is quite important for us. Notice he has the ships here. Now this is the AP and maybe the carriers. We'll speed things up over here then. Yeah, so they both go down. Shame. And this will be one of the other DDs over here then. He's not even escorting these strikes, which is interesting. Oh, she's down in the water there. She's probably run out of fuel. Right, there we are. Yeah, Hatagaze. Moving into the PM operations. AP there. Okay. So we've got torpedoes into 2 APs. That's good. If we can try and track them down, that'd be very nice. Notice all the... it's not Yugubo. Notice all these submarines around Tulagi there. So it's definitely gone differently to what I expected. I was hoping that we could have got against the APs, but it does make sense. I did expect that he would actually go ahead and defend that area. Right. Okay, would have been nice to have had a larger escort, but we do have 6 G3M2s escorted by 19 Zeros. Hopefully they get through. Even shooting down some of his cap would be nice too. Just full miles damage, yeah, a lot of buffaloes there. They're diving on us. I mean, that's the advantage of having that layered air cap. 0 shot down. That's not great. We'll see. We'll see if it's enough to get us through the actual cap here. Yeah, bolt shooter damage. I mean, tomorrow we'll be able to launch larger strikes as well, as we will have more zeros soon. Well, soon enough we'll have more in the area. Our zeros are not doing particularly fantastic right now, though. But they're just here's a plate of armor, essentially. Hopefully the GVs get through. Shoot down a buffalo, okay. Fulmar drops out, apparently. I mean, this is how we're going to be looking at this. Is essentially attrition warfare. He has to protect Luganville with carrier aircraft right now. Eventually, he'll probably try and move aircraft here to Luganville, but we are able to actually produce more zeros. We are bringing more air assets to the area too. So if we can turn this into an actual attritional battle, we can try and grind down his actual cap, which is quite nice. Yeah, an anglerfish, I like that. Okay. The sea hurricanes are nasty. Close range engagement here. They'll eventually get through to the bombers, but hopefully... Right, that's another one out. 0 out for us, it's just a shame. Right. Yeah, that diving hurts. 10 sea hurricanes, so it's going to make a big difference there. So this strike might be entirely shot down. I don't have too much confidence in it at the moment now, especially with the entrance of the sea hurricanes, but we might be able to get in. Have to hope. But again, it's a shame sacrificing pilots, but it's not a sacrifice in this essence. We are trying to strike at a viable target. In fact, actually striking at the naval assets here, aren't we, I think? Or it could even be the carriers, I'm not too sure. It probably is the carriers, actually, considering that is the cap, unless it's actually long-range cap or just bleed over cap. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'd like them to all get through, but we'll see. Yeah. Again, we do have more zeros in the area. Hopefully we can employ more and more of them. I mean, we can potentially have the remaining forces elect to hold at Talagi, essentially protect the port of Talagi and the bases around this area, and just increase the amount of air power here. Oh, shoot down a full mount, that's nice. I mean, taking out any of his cap is worthwhile for us. He can replace elements of it, but he doesn't have a great replacement rate. They're not doing too bad so far, but they'll get through to the G3 shortly enough now. Oh, that's another full mile down, that's good. Okay, one more boat's there. Not many remaining now. Yeah, we just need these really large escort packages. But even having more G3s would be good too, but... And that's another full mile down, that's good. Seems like these last few pilots are really doing the heavy lifting here for the squadron. Besides that guy. We don't talk about that guy. But we do get a clear picture of what his cap actually is now, which is very good. Full Marksman's away on fire. Trailing smoke. Yeah, not many remaining here now. 2 left, and then they'll be amongst the G3s. Oh, so there's plenty enough of them. G3's probably going to get shot down, but let's hope that they can get through. Come on. 2 zeros remaining. Oh, critical hit on Martlet, that's nice. Oh, Martlet down, nice. Full Mar damaged. I think this will be the strike of the day. It looks like we were due to have another 10 G3s earlier, but they couldn't find the target due to the weather. Oh, full Mar down, good. Martlet withdraws, Martlet oil leak. Right, now they're amongst the G3s, so this is where we'll see what happens. Probably lose the bombers here, but even so, I'm quite happy with results against his cap so far. G3 down. Wow, okay, 5 make it through. The target is the Helena. Not particularly thrilled, but okay. I think this is probably where his surf ships are. Pensacola, hit something, please. Miss. Yeah, that's no shock. Yeah, and that's how every attack goes for us. So we suffer... Okay, not too bad. I mean, we shot down a few. We had a few shot down ourselves, but not too bad, actually. It looks like this is probably the escort forces over here, but not too bad. It's a chance to trick his cap as well, which is always a good thing. Would have been nicer had we torpedoed something. Yes, it's going for the... yeah, so the carriers are here then, aren't they? That's where the carriers are then. Hatakaze there. Yeah, so he has the carriers here then with an escort. He has the escorts here, and then he has the APs here, it seems. We still have a second submarine in here. We still have two submarines in here. So let's hope that they might even get another shot at those APs soon enough. She goes down there, yeah. That's not too surprising. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So, a busy day. It didn't... Well, I don't know, actually. I guess it kind of went as I expected to. I was saying to Gary last night, but I kind of expect him to go ahead and defend Luganville. But I think it was worth the risk there. The cruiser destroyers didn't get in, unfortunately. Obviously, they were blocked, but hey, they caused problems. Yeah, shooting down some of those fighters is good, because he only has so many. So we are bombarding here, chunking. We do get an idea of what he has then. So we don't see any particular... there's no call that stands out as being ridiculously strong, which is pretty good here. A lot of headquarters. My god, look how many headquarters there are. I mean, more than half of this list is headquarters. That's impressive. Separate Brigade, Chinese Corps. It looks like the artillery is having some nice impact here. You can see these numbers going down. And we'll have this go on for quite a few more days, actually, alongside the bombing campaign. But pretty good results so far. I don't know, I feel like he might launch a shock attack, which is why I'm glad the 3rd Division has arrived in the area, so we'll see what happens. But I'm quite happy with the results of the bombardment then, just from the look here. He may have more units as well that we're not seeing right now. Okay, you can see damage being caused to a particular cause though, so that's quite good. Yeah, as long as we can keep this up, which we can, then that's going to cause him attritional damage. But yeah, these Oscars at Hankow, we're going to have them shifted out as well. I think eventually they'll probably end up around being like an escort around Moresby. So we inflict 338 casualties there, so 8 destroyed, 43 disabled. And not a huge amount, but it is adding up. But it's interesting then, so he has 2646 AV here. Yeah, 73,823 troops. We do get an idea then of what he actually has here then. And not that many cores, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, brigade, regiment, brigade, when I get to 17, so 17 or so corps, something of that sort of nature. Not insignificant force, but not overwhelming force either around chunking. We are attacking here once again. Yeah, so, it's hilarious actually, so we get through to bombard Chittagong and then we just don't hit the airfield, which... That's typical. That's generally how things go for us. We do get G3s through when they miss, so that's again how things generally go for us. It's a hard life as a Japanese, really. Okay. I don't know if they'll surrender here today. They probably won't. It'd be nice if they did, though. They'll not last too long, and then we can move on to Chixian. And then we have 2 divisions to send into the rest of China, then. Yeah, so it'll probably last another day. Yeah, they're going to last maybe another couple days, actually. So 664 on our side here. Not ideal, but we still have plenty left. 949 there. Yeah, he's taken all destroyed, and obviously he has low supply. He may have no supply soon enough. Bombardment attack over here again. Just waiting for them to be surrounded there. Bombardment over here to Guiyang. Now, we do have the headquarters arrived. I'm moving all of the forces over here to Guiyang. I want to try and take this. He does have the 60th Chinese Corps, which is actually a stronger corps than any other corps in Chongqing. No result there. Just waiting on the other division to arrive at Cagayan. Or Cagayan. Yeah, Cagayan. Or Cagayan. However you want to pronounce that. Cagayan. Cagayan. Yeah. And then we'll take that, take the rest of the Philippines then. Yep, I should be able to pick up the horse, the cavalry regiment, and the regiment to the north today as well, actually. And then we'll reform the division of Batavia. Right, bombardment at Kunming. The division, 5th Division's in decent shape. Imperial Guard not so much. It's the 54th Chinese Corps that I'd really not counted on being there. But we can keep on just cause some damage to it and eventually drive them out. Yeah. Bombardment attack over here. So you can see he has 61 AV. I do have another regiment moving into this hex. It might arrive in a day or two. I wanted to go for a bombardment over here just to see what he has. I mean, you can see he has a lot of AV there. Yeah, 690 total. Okay, so interesting turn then, actually. There we go. Airfields expanding here. Quite a few. To lag up to the level 1 forts. Okay. Very interesting turn. Yeah, it would have been excellent had we got a torpedo into the CV, but it is what it is. But importantly, the sub got a torpedo into one of the APs, which is good. Not enough to sink it, but it is enough to cause problems, so hopefully we can just continue that. Well, we'll be able to take a look at what he has on the actual base, I'd like to think. Just need to get some reconnaissance down there. But soon we're going to have more airfields. It's a few turns before we have Lunga as a size 2 airfield, and then we actually are able to launch strikes from there too. 33rd Infantry Regiment. I think that's probably the one that landed over at Wake, actually. So I need to see what part, division that's part of, and then move that out. But we are here on the 30th of April. I'm really glad we got the turn today, actually. I was going to go out and head out to this supermarket, which I'm going to do shortly. But I'm glad we got the turn. It means we can actually go through things here pretty nicely. We'll take a look at the lost. So Cacao had flooding aboard, which is not ideal, but obviously we can go with cruise speed. We have an idea where the submarines are, which is okay, man. I really hope he... I don't know. Maybe one day he might have something not go in his favour, but we'll see. Okay. Let's take a look at the area down here, then. So, obviously the light cruisers went down there. Not too surprising. They're electing to return. But that's not bad, actually. It means that they're outside here. Still just the APs there. Right, so we know the carriers are there, then. I do have additional submarines heading in here as well. So we could try and dance around that. Obviously, we do have issues regarding endurance. But I am bringing these submarines out this way, too. I think most of them, in fact, there might only be one that doesn't have a float plane, or two that don't have a float plane. But we're going to try and bring them here. So let's see then. Yeah, they're here. We wanted to do this as a cap trap, by the way. We had these guys over here. We're in long range cap over 170. The idea being that we could maybe try and get a bit of a drop on him, but that didn't go ahead. So let's see here then. Surface combat, there. Let's see, where's everything here? Escort. I don't know why they didn't go to Ricardo Bay. That's weird. I don't know why they didn't leave here today. That's very weird. They should have left here today. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Odd. Why is everything not moved? I don't understand what's going on. Why have they not moved? What? That's not right. Okay, I'm a wee bit confused as to why they're still there, actually. That's confusing. I don't know why they're here. That's very confusing. I don't know why they're still there. Let me go ahead and double check that, because they definitely had orders to move. I don't know why they're still there. That's weird. Let me go ahead and open up the turn, because they shouldn't be there. How odd. So this is the day before, then. I'm not seeing anything about... I don't know. I don't know why they haven't moved. That's very strange. Okay. I mean, I don't know why they haven't moved. That's very, very, very odd. I really don't know about that one. I don't know how to explain that. So as far as I can see, there's no issue, there's no reason as to why they can't move. Wait. Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? Did I think I opened up the wrong turn, didn't I? Did I open up the wrong turn? I think I opened up the wrong turn and that... yeah. Okay, never mind, okay. I think I opened up the wrong turn. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Okay, thank God for that. I was like so confused there for a second, but that's me being... technically, I'm still partially blonde here, so that's why that happened. Okay. I was confused as hell there. Never mind. Okay, I was like, why is everything not moving? What's going on here? But yes, things are working. It's just me who's being dumb as fuck. I should name these turns a little bit more clearly. Okay. That's hilarious. Right, we do have 274 mines here now. I think an ACM can look after you, 250, so another ACM is on its way at some point, actually. So that was a little confusing there. Right, let's see then. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we do have flotation issues here, but it's actually not too bad. Nagato didn't take on any additional flood, and the flood is only at 50, so that's not bad at all there. I can manage that. We can get them into the port over here at Tulagi, where we do have the the AR Akashi. We could even potentially carry on going north. What might be a good idea is to take the Akashi and head over here to Ricata Bay. We do have a size 2 port there. But yeah, we could do something. Maybe that, or maybe just continue on to Raval. I guess we'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, I was so very confused there. So yes, we do have our subs in here then. Yeah, they're heading out this way. Okay. Now we see the ships over here. So still 2 units over here, which is interesting. He might be having issues unloading because there's no... there's a size 1 port here, but it may be having issues. But the good news is then we've landed a torpedo into the Aquitania, I think it was, and we've landed a torpedo into the West Point. I imagine Dominion Monarchs in this area. But this is interesting because he's having to now defend this. We do have our assets over here, so we could actually have our assets concentrated at Tulagi and just really try to push the actual air attack. We do have a number damaged over here. But we still have 21 that are active and ready. Obviously, these are the ones that have been repaired. But in fairness, we do have options now. So this is the Lunga group over here. And then we do have the Ricata group over here with another 25 there. We also do have another G4s and the P5 and 2s here. So this is very interesting, actually. So, as far as it goes then, I mean, obviously we did have the loss of those ships, which were sacrificed, which I don't regret. I think it would have been nice had they got in there. Not a huge amount of points. Now, it's listen, I mean, this is the value of the West Point here. This is why we went for these APs, because, I mean, this one's worth 40 alone. I sincerely doubt it's gone down to 1 torpedo. 1 torpedo, though, is going to cause it damage, which is good. Take a look at the aircraft losses here today. Not nice as in the 0 Mar, 3 on the ops, but not so bad. We shot down, apparently, 6 full Mars, 3 Buffalo there. He loses, apparently, 2 fortresses. He lost a Martlet. I don't think he lost any Sea Hurricanes. I don't think the Sea Hurricanes got involved there. So, in fairness, then, we kind of traded with his cap, which, not ideal, but not bad because this is it. He isn't able to as easily replace them, so not too bad. 2 G3s, 1 to air-to-air, 1 to ops there. But not bad on the B-17s, actually. Not too bad. Not bad, not bad. J goes down somewhere. Hudson, I don't know when the Hudson was. That might be like a reconnaissance unit, in fact. But 13 to 16. Some of those aircraft being worth more than others, for sure. I love those being ops as well. But yeah, interesting day. But the interesting thing is, he's now here. We know he's in the area. His carriers then are here, which is 13 and within our range. So, in fairness, if we could try to concentrate our strike assets down here at Tulagi, we can try to win the air war. We've never had the opportunity. I've got to really point out this is the first opportunity we've ever had where we can actually try to begin to employ our air power in a sustained way. I mean, I need to get reconnaissance assets down here, which I can do. I could base them at Lunga, for example, or something of that nature. But we have options here. Could do with basing the Jakes over here to help with the submarine threat, but we still have a lot of assets in the area. Like, for example, there's 29 zeros over here to Buna. There's another... well, those are the Oscars over there with the B5s. There's the other element of the Oscars there. I shifted the Zero Squadron that was here. There's a Zero Squadron there. Hates its K4s there. I was going to say, how'd we lose so many, but no, that was just them going into repair there. Yes. I mean, in fairness, what we might be able to do then is, depending on how much of an escort we can get through, we could choose to go ahead and like launch a naval attack with the Hates K4s as well. I mean, these behemoths of the sky, I mean, they have a lot of durability there at 4-4. Their cruise is quite low. But yeah, if they get in there, that's 2 torpedoes. And obviously the fact that they have that durability is very nice. Their gun value is 12, which is not particularly spectacular. But then again, it's a case of, well, how much do I want to risk them? I had them on night naval attack because, well, if they get through at night, it'll be a miracle. But if they get through, then at least that's 2 torpedoes from each aircraft. Yeah, the gun value of these guys is the same here. They're not as durable, though. But they are a lot faster, which obviously does equate to being more durable in a way. But we have options. We have the options. I do need to get more supply down here, and I do actually... there are ships in the area that can do that. Right, they can't be heading that way. They should have been heading to Ricardo, actually. Yeah, I moved the ships out of here just for safety. Right, we have the 21st Air Defense over here. We're going to go ahead and split that, I'd wager. Well, there's only one radar unit there. Oh, they're actually headed into... well, they're heading to Lunga, in fact. We'll see where we want that. Yeah, but we have the air division here. Okay. In all honesty, I'm actually fairly happy with how things have gone to a degree. I mean, obviously it'd been great had we not had the BB's damage, but Nagato's okay. She can be saved there, which is a good thing. These elements made it out. We still have these guys here. Like, we still have that unit there. That's going to head into the Tulagi. But it could be... Well, I mean, this is it. Tulagi has plenty enough air support right now. We may have that additional engineer unit sent maybe to, like, Lunga or maybe to Tassafaronga. Lunga would not be a bad place there. But we'll see what we want to do. Yeah, 45% there. Need to get that airfield up. But this is it. We know where he has at least 2 carriers, which is very good news. We know... Well, this is it. We know quite a bit, actually. A shame that we didn't see anything with the Illustrious, but the Illustrious is probably on that way down that way. I didn't anticipate her going into Perth, to be honest. Now, interestingly... I'm not seeing naval search on any of those, which is very interesting. Detection, I should say. Okay, very interesting. Yes. So, we know that Illustrious is near Perth. We know that there's at least 2 carriers here. What was it? Formidable and something or other, or Indomitable and Formidable? Yeah, Indomitable and Formidable. Okay. It would have been really excellent had we got through there, but alas. Our luck isn't particularly fantastic all the time, but we can keep on harassing them there. And now we see that the carriers over here have disappeared, which is no shock at all. I kind of feel like he's going to... I don't know, what might he do here? He may head to Japan, which I'd really like him to do that. He may head to the Kurils. He may actually wheel around here to reinforce this area. He may wheel around here to reinforce it, to move into this area. There's a lot of potential things he may do there. Kidaptai is continuing to Japan. The reason for that is that we do have these upgrades to enact very soon. And then we'd actually have radar. It's 21 days, so it's going to be out of commission. Aye. We also do have... And he's going to bear that in mind. He might actually be heading to Japan now. You know what I mean? He might be heading to Japan because he's like, right, okay. I know he's going to have to upgrade his carriers to get that radar. We're going to have them upgraded Nagasaki, I wager. I'd have to double check that we can do that, but I'm pretty sure we can. Bear shipyard 90k, yeah, should be able to do that just fine. But, yeah, like, for example, over here, then, let's take a look. We are increasing our ability to resist, but it's like, let's see. So there's 212 fighters here, obviously the majority being Claudes there, but 206 already. Obviously we are increasing the amount of assets we have in general and the quality. There's 89 zeros over here. 42 Oscars, bunch of nades. I might have the actual Oscars transferred to Japan, we'll see. Lots of Vals. Yeah, lots of bombers. More nades over there. More nades over here. More nades. Yeah. So, they're not spectacular, but they can certainly throw up a lot. What are they complaining about? Why is supply so low? Am I loading? Oh, loading supplies, that's why. Right, that makes sense. How you doing there, 1-6? Right, good to have you, my friend. Right, okay. We are going to be laying additional mines over here at Paramashirajima. We do have our unit over here, which is going to 23rd Air Defense. What I'm going to do is have that split up to cover 2 bases. So we'll probably have a radar unit move to Torofu, and we'll probably have a radar... Well, we'll definitely have a radar unit move to Paramashirajima. Yeah, super interesting, actually. Their return to replenish. We do have these ships out here to give us an early warning. So he's not moved immediately this way. It is interesting. It is interesting. But it's no shock, isn't it, that the day that goes on, he moves the carriers. He does have detection over here. But he still doesn't have detection over the BBs. I love that. I do love that. Okay. Now they're loading up. Oh, they should have been loading up, actually. Oh, did they actually go ahead and... Yes, they dropped that supply. There we go. That's good news. Yeah, so we are building up there. You can see that we're at 36% already. That's good. We'll have them take some more supply through. Yeah, thankfully we do have plenty of supply out here. Fuel's another thing, but we have supply enough. Alright, excellent. We did go ahead and actually shift some fighters out from the marshals, I believe. I believe so, yes. Right, that Hazes Cave there. They're repairing. We do have the roofers as well. The roofers are here so that we can build them up over time, actually. I mean, obviously these are the float plane zeros. They're going to be quite useful. We produce them, so we might as well use them. I think we have roofies elsewhere, actually. Where's Jake there? I saw them somewhere. There's some more roofies over here, actually. Yeah, some more over this way. Okay. Note then, so we have the 25th Air Defense over here then. They're really low on fuel actually. But we have the 25th Air Defense here then. That has a radar unit. Hopefully that is unloaded tomorrow. But yeah, there we are. If we can get that radar unit there, we're quite happy. Yeah, so we have 400mm guns there. A bunch of those AMGs, but those 100mm are quite nice. It's the only serious air defense we have there. Yeah, they took 0 damage. I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, that cost him 2 B-17s, really. So, not bad at all. Yeah, no, now. 28 bombers over here. So, this is what we've been expecting for a long while. But we do actually have the zeros in position here to resist this, which is quite nice. I mean, we have shifted some zero strength down this way. But it makes complete sense as to what's going on here. But we do have the ability to resist that. Obviously, having the radar units over here is going to be excellent. We have the other radar unit over here. Yeah, there you go. So you can see they have some 88 mils. So tomorrow, ideally, we'll have a radar unit here and a radar unit here. I mean, the radar at Buna is going to be really quite nice. Very good. I moved a lot of these units over here. A lot of them, yeah, like these APs and stuff like that have disbanded. Okay. So over here you can see that we do have ships. We do also have some fuel here, not a huge amount of fuel, but fuel nonetheless. But yeah, it's quite interesting actually. So we are able then. I think we can actually turn this to our advantage. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked to say that to see that he has the carriers probably coming down this way, but I don't know. It's very interesting. This area needs to be built up as much as possible, but having the actual BBs and the actual cruisers over here is very interesting. Every airbase is really important right now. Need them as soon as possible in reality. Yeah. Well, Talarg is going to be a size 3 shortly enough. At least that gives us some additional capacity there. Which we're going to need. They hate 6k, so I might be able to just move elsewhere. We'll see. We do thankfully have Rakata Bay over here, which can support us, which is very nice, because that's like a size... Well, yeah, that's a size 3 base there. It's working on that size 3 port. But thankfully, Rakata in the area is very useful. Rakata can use torpedoes as well, which is very nice. So Rakata has the ability then to take on these like B5 and 2s over here. Actually, not using torpedoes. Why is that? Command radius is 4. That's 3 hexes away. I don't know why they're not using torpedoes. Are they on a different mission? I don't know why they're not using torpedoes there. They should be able to. That's odd. Very odd. Okay. Yeah, so it's range of the air division. I don't understand why. But okay. Right, so interesting day then. Quite interesting day. Lots of over here. There are additional subs heading down there too. That's cool. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is I'm going to... Well, I want to get Oi out towards the Pacific. What I'm planning on doing as well is... I think I'm going to have the light cruisers look after the Dutch East Indies for the most part. We'll see. We do have a heavy cruiser there, heavy cruiser there. There's another heavy cruiser heading out to the Joinbury area. DD there, still seeing the same assets. Yes. There's quite a lot of defences over there. You need to take that out, really. Torres Strait, 3 units still. But yeah, good to see the build-up over here, but... Well, not good, but we know that the build-up's there, but... It is interesting, though. Over here at Saipan, well, Pagan... Yeah, shifted those assets. They're probably struck then. Yeah. So over here then we do have another 26 or so zeros. So we do have a lot of air power to play with, which is quite good. A6K4s over there. Now Marcus Island is going to be built up and built up to a degree. We want to make sure that we can hold this, but the fortifications are excellent. Just need to build them up as much as possible. You can see it's an 8 tall, so that's a ×4 defense. If we can get as many levels of fortification there, I'm going to be super happy. I'm going to go ahead and actually transfer the weight coastal gun unit when I get the chance. Yeah, the weight coastal guns over here. Like, I want to get those guns to Marcus Island. The reason being that Marcus Island is probably the next logical step in the future. So if you take a look over here, like, for example, let's say a Niwatok, okay. And Niwatok is 14 hexes from Wake. Now, Marcus is 19 hexes from Wake, okay? But what I want to point out is that, so 19 to Marcus, Midway is 26 hexes. So Wake Island is closer to Marcus than it is to Midway Island. So I kind of feel like what he's going to probably do here, and the thing to bear in mind as well, if we look at the range of Marcus to Pagan, that's 15 hexes, which is good for us. That means that we can actually do something there. But it's 19 to Iwo Jima, to the Bonin Islands, yeah. But the thing is, it's the only island in this area that is actually relatively isolated. We do have the ability to support it ourselves, but this is the best island for him to move upon, really, because he has a base over here at Wake that he can use as staging base. Obviously, he has Midway over here, which has been built up. But I feel like he's going to go for Marcus. I feel that's going to be the plan there. We'd like to get some mines over here eventually, too. But, yeah, we're just going to fortify the living crap out of it. There are more troops that will be heading out there too. We have this DD being loaded up over here. I don't know why it's taking so long. But yeah, Omikaze is carrying over 200 men there at the moment. Yeah, she's going to be heading out that way. I do have an AP over here. Need to double check what we're going to be picking up there. But indeed. I'd like to go ahead and get the coastal gun unit over here, because having, like... well, I mean, this is it. Let's take a look. They're not going to stop anything, but they are going to put some holes in things. Yeah, those 200 mils there are quite good. So, 4 200s, 4 150s, 8 120s, and then we also have another 8 120 dual-purpose guns, which is quite nice. So, 8 sorry, 16 120s, and then we also have some 80 mil 4 of those. So it's not a huge amount of guns, but it's still some firepower. 28 guns in total, which is quite good. But yeah, those 20 centimeter guns can put some holes in things, but even these like 80 mil guns can put holes in AKs or APs and stuff of that nature. But especially if you was to use like landing barges or stuff like that, having guns like that certainly is very helpful. I do to make it as painful as we possibly can. Yeah, we are building up the cure-alls as well. So how do I rate our possibilities? How do I... Yeah, I feel like he's going to have his carriers either come down this way, or he's going to go for Japan. I feel like that's probably the two options for him right now. He could try to attack this area here, perhaps, but I don't know what he gains from that. Hopefully he goes to the Marshall Islands, but he hasn't shown the willingness to do that right now. I do have subs out here, and I do have a sub heading out this way with a float plane. So try and pick up on that. Yeah. He might have headed... I feel he's probably heading back to Midway, maybe, or he's going to come around. But he's probably going to go to Midway and then refuel and then go elsewhere. But it's either going to be down towards this area or down towards this area. This area kind of stands out as well. We can see that he's also trying to push his will in the area. This is interesting. Now, we do have Karga over here. What we're going to go ahead and do then... Now, Karga brings... a couple more... What is that now? 36... about 42 or so. My maths is shit, so let's say 42 or so zeros. What we're going to go ahead and do then is essentially have Karga drop her aircraft in this area. We're also going to have the Unyo drop her aircraft in the area. So that brings us another squadron of zeros. So that's another, what, 50, 60, 70 zeros in the area as well as those strike assets. What we need to go ahead and do is concentrate strike assets as well. So things like G3s and G4s will probably bring down to the area. But yeah, we're not going to have carriers here. We're going to have the actual aircraft, the actual airfields, and go with it like that. We're going to test the theory of the unsinkable aircraft carrier versus the quite literal aircraft carrier and see which comes out on top. But I feel like we have I think we have the capability to make some magic in this area. In reality, I think we came through the debacle okay, actually. I mean, obviously, the shipside sacrifice was a sacrifice. There was always that chance that they did get through to the APs, but yeah, let's see what that may cause. But we know there's these assets here. Apparently, there's a carrier here too. Ah, okay. That explains that then. So there actually was a carrier in this hex then. I was going to say because it had the cat. So there's maybe two here, maybe two here. I feel like he's probably taking the carriers south. I don't know. It is very interesting. He has his carriers divided. It'd be excellent if we could try and take advantage of that situation. It's just we have to be quite aware of the location, really. Right, let's go ahead and pick up these troops. Get them down here ASAP to Batavia. There we are. I can't dock. Let me just drop a torpedo boat. Oh, it's a size 1 airfield, so I'm not going to be able to... Sorry, airfield. Port, so I'm not going to be able to dock anyway. What I'll do then is I'll take one of them. Dock them and then load. So just cancel that for now, just let them load up. Then have that escort there. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is, like, we'll have surface combat, and we'll have a torpedo boat and a cruiser. And then they can patrol here. There we are. Right, we do have the regiment at long bloody last over here. Would have been here sooner, but I cancelled its move by mistake. Right, let's get them loaded up. That's more than enough, but I wanted to make sure that they weren't terribly at risk. Right, get them moving south then. To Batavia. Okay. What I'll do then is I'll take what I can and dock. That's 6,000. I might not be able to dock. Actually, sorry, let me double check that. Tonnage, yeah, 6,000. 3,000. Alright, we can dock one of them anyway. So we'll dock that one and then I'll pick up a lot quicker. A lot, well, expedited, right? Yeah, so, DD's there. Ah, you son of a bitch. He's such a coy motherfucker. Well, that's why we didn't find any airfield hits, because, yeah, he moved them. So he's cognizant of that threat. That's very interesting. Yeah, they actually didn't build up that much fatigue then due to that. That's not bad. So I had them escorted. Okay, so, well, we proved that it can be done. We proved that we are willing to do it. But he's also not daft. God damn him. I bet he might have been using them as a bait to a degree, but it's interesting to see there's only 2 ships there. But it does look as if he shifted the fighters over here to Calcutta, actually. So we actually didn't do anything really much there, not even against the airfield, but hey ho. Right. So we do have the first element over here then. Other elements moving up behind. These tanks moving in there behind. It'd be nice if they could get here next turn. Right, 110th move in there. Then move to Nekyang. 12C, right, so 12A is going to arrive there tomorrow then. Okay. I could launch an attack when the 2nd Regiment arrives, but I think I'm going to wait until we have units on here. Or I don't know, maybe, yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and move there. And then I can force them out the... do I do that? I'd kind of like to reform that division. I think we can do that. I do have the armoured cars coming down here too, actually. There is another tank regiment. That's going to be a long way out, but it's on its way. Another tank regiment there on its way too. Does take quite some while, but they are on their way. Okay. Yes, there's 12C there. 10th A, 116th A, 20th Army, 10th B. So 2 divisions there heading to Chengdu, and that division heading to Chengdu. That might be more than we need then, I guess. But what we'll do then is I'm going to launch a bombardment attack over here then. And I just want to figure out what we're dealing with at Chengdu. He may attack us, but if he attacks us, okay. Right. But yeah, we're getting a clear picture of what he has here. Has 5 units here, but he hasn't moved them. Right, the artillery's moving down there. It's additional artillery. Yeah, they'll arrive tomorrow, which is excellent then. That's moving up there. I do have tanks now. Yeah, these tanks are going to move to Suyong. They've got a long way to go, but they're moving out that way. Right, shock attacking in the clear. Or maybe I'll wait for the other unit to arrive, actually. That might be worthwhile. I get the 2 tank regiments in there. Why are they moving across the trail? That's the stupidest possible thing you can do. Move that way again. Well, actually, tell you what, just remain in position, really. You're not going to make it there due to the roads. Yeah, just go ahead with that shock attack. They're going to end up there, more than likely. So I might as well just remain here, and then chase from the south. Now, I'm moving Southern Army over here to Magway. The reason being, because we can actually use torpedoes with that HQ then, which is actually quite good. Let's see. I'll put them in combat mode for now then. Yeah, so it's a shame we didn't get them at Chittagong. He moved them out. He's definitely not daft. He's very aware of things. Very, very aware. I need to go ahead and pick up these tanks. I think I have a amphibious unit moving south to do that. Or at least I've got an arranged one. I can't remember if I sent one or intended to send one. Okay. Paratrooper is still moving there. But no, that's false. I'd like to go ahead and move that guard regiment, I reckon. But I also need to divide this AA regiment. So we have 2 radars here, so I'd like to move one to something like Soribaya. Hey, down there, Salty. No, we're going to avoid that. We are going to avoid that. What I was saying earlier, so I'm going to quickly recap. Okay, so in terms of our air strength in the Coral Sea then, it's still development, it's still nascent, I guess you could say. But we do have these bases being built up, so in a couple turns we'll have another size 2 here at Lunga. We do have a size 3 that'll be available here soon enough at Talagi, but we do need these other bases built up as soon as possible. Now, Tessa for Lunga is going to take longer, so we're building the port first. Thousand Ship Bay, building that, but once we get to level 2, we can move up here, start building up the other ones. We'd like to go ahead and build up like Kitakira as well, because that's going to be great to have. But yes, Ricata, we do have that size 3 airbase too, which is being built up to size 3 port there too. But if we take a look, so we have, so there's 20 zeros there here at the moment. There's another 32 over here, another 27 there. We're going to take the Unyo's we're going to take the Unyo's squadron and have that transferred into the area. The Akagi is going to drop off her aircraft in the area. And then we have 29 zeros there. The Oscar's here too. There's 28 zeros here. Also, we have the assets over here too. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to offload our aircraft from the carriers and from the other, well, just move things around essentially. But he's in a position which is actually going to work to our advantage here, because if we can really just ramp up the amount of escorts that we have, and if he's going to just commit to defending Luganville with aircraft from the carriers, then that means that we can actually get into a war of attrition that we can win. Like, he has a good number of escorts. We shot down a couple of escorts here today. We more or less traded. I mean, the zero numbers might have been possibly influenced by the zeros over Boona, well, over Port Moresby. I'm not too sure if we had any losses there. Yeah, they'll eventually come looking for yours. Well, this is it. Yes, I expect that's going to happen. So I don't want to commit carriers, because I don't need to commit carriers. The Marshall Islands can look after itself for the most part. The Marianas, not so much, but eventually they have the infrastructure here. It is being developed. It's just not present as of yet. But Kitabatai is heading to Japan. Now, Kitabatai needs to have Shokaku, Zuikaku upgrade. We do have the arrival of a new carrier in 3 days, yes. So Junyo will arrive in 3 days as well at Nagasaki, I think it is. Yes, Nagasaki. So what we're going to have essentially done, Ben, is the Kitabatai is going to go north. We're going to have 2 carriers taken out of commission as they upgrade. In 21 days, they'll be returned to us with radar units, which is going to be pretty excellent. We'll have another carrier in commission in 3 days. So the Kitabatai at that point is going to be made up of Hiru, Soru, Akagi, Junyo, and then Shokaku, Zuikaku is out commission for 21 days. So we'll still have 4 carriers there to work with. So we'll see what we want to do there. I feel like he might go for a number of options. I feel like he may attack this area with additional carrier strength, which, okay, in fairness, it's going to be a difficult battle, but if it's a battle where we actually are pitting ground-based assets against American and British carrier-based assets, it's going to be a tough fight, but it's also a fight that we're actually eager for, because that means that we're not in danger of losing our carrier. He's also committed assets to that area that he can replace to a degree, but he can't replace them as quickly as we can replace our zeros. We build 5 zeros a day. From tomorrow, I believe we'll also have a Nix going into production, which means we'll soon be able to start rolling those bad boys out. We also do have the A6M2 Roofies. Eventually we'll get the Tojos, but yeah, it's going to be the Nick making its introduction shortly into the theaters. The Zero is obviously 5 a day. Yeah, that adds up. But we're going to have quite a lot of strength down here. And the actual Solomon Island area, the Coral Sea area, is actually built up fairly well to be able to defend itself. But the main thing is actually having the surface defenses over here, which is pretty excellent. Yeah, so I think what we'll probably do then is we'll have then the Kaga and Unyo turn back to Japan then. And then as to whether we maybe maintain some strength around Marianas or something around that area, I'm not too sure, but we'll go for that. There's enough strength in Japan that it can look after itself and quite readily defeat him if he comes in. We just need to concentrate our strength, really, but it's very interesting how it's worked, but he has finally played his hand, and that does place us in a very interesting position. The good news is, we can confirm exactly what we're facing for the most part. Yeah, shame that we didn't get an actual bombardment of the airfield, goddamn. Let's see. But we torpedoed the west point here, which is very good. Shame that both torpedoes didn't hit, but that's still good. Now, if I take a look then at ships, allied ships, we'll look at XAPs. Now, West Point, I'm not too sure, is there... there's West Point. So West Point is a big ship. West Point is a 24-knotter, she has a cruiser 20, she has durability, she's got no armor, but you can see just how much she can carry. She can carry 10,300. So she's 50 durability, so she's not particularly small, she's not weak, but she's got a torpedo in her. We also hit the Aquitania, so we put a torpedo into the Aquitania, and these are big ships. These are very large cruise liners. So if we can get the chance to get torpedoes in them, hell yes. It's a shame that we haven't sunk one, but we have put damage into them, which is good. If I can delay them, would be great. We did also see Dominion Monarch in the area too, and Dominion Monarch actually looks positively quite small now, doesn't she? She's quite hilarious, actually. I tell you, the biggest prize of all would be to get the Queen Elizabeth. She's so fast. Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mary. If we could get those, they would be big prizes, because they are very fast. Very big, very fast, and they are pretty damn useful. Well, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, we sank an oiler, which is a good little victory for us there. Indeed. Right, I'm going to have these bombard too. Try and ramp up that damage as much as possible then. Okay. Right, so third army's arrived here then. So that's going to help us with our battle to come. Yeah, also helps them to recover sooner rather than later too, so you can see that they have more than enough support here. What I'm doing then is the 4th Division will arrive soon enough. They're going to arrive soon enough. I'm sending as well this element to the 6th. I'm going to send it all and have these 6 actually reform here too. So what we'll have then is we'll have the 38th, the 6th Division in time, as well as the 4th. So we'll have 38th, 6th and 4th Division, which is 3 divisions there, with 2 headquarters. The 2nd Tank Regiment is moving up the road over here. So they're moving up to Kueyang eventually. 104th Division is moving up to Tuyun. In 2 days they'll be at Tuyun, so 2 days or so they'll be here, and that is going to be the 104th Division. We do have the artillery moving up over here to Lujiao, which is going to take a little bit of time, but they're moving up. So essentially we're going to have 3 divisions committed to the fight over here, and eventually we'll have some additional tanks here. And then that is going to be the end of Kueyang. I think what I'm probably going to go ahead and do then at that point is send maybe a division out here to Kunming to aid. Or even maybe press into the actual interior China. But we do have our tanks moving down here to the hex between Nekiang and Chungking. The good news is then we're on the road once again. But I'm going to have 1 tank regiment move into Chungking. The other tanks can move into Nekiang. And take ownership of the hexes there. But note the fact that he has 52 guns here, but in Chungking he only has 35. And he has 133,000 men versus 18,000 here. 64 guns over here to Chengtu. So yes. We're just going to bombard and... yeah. Let's see. So we have 1250 AV here now. Maybe, actually no, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the divisions out of the bombardment just to save enough supply there. There's ample enough artillery here to continue the bombardment. So we'll have them just really rest and recover. There's still a lot of fatigue on the 32nd here. We do have the 12th Army here to help with that. Indeed. 13th Army is headed to Nakyang, so we'll have them plan for Nakyang. 110th moving to Nakyang too. Let them plan there. Okay. They are heading to Chengdu. They're heading to Chengdu. So they'll be here tomorrow. Then there's 23rd Division heading to Chengdu. 36A heading there too. As well as the 11th there. So what we're doing then is we're going to take these bases over here to Chengdu and Nakyang. And then return down here to Chongqing with all of the divisions in the area. Ideally, additional divisions could arrive here. Like, another 3 or 4 divisions would make a big difference over here. Also, we need to have as much as we possibly can. That's for damn sure. These guys are heading over here. They're going to essentially form the garrison. Yeah, so things are in motion. I mean, soon enough, we're going to have additional divisions over here as well, which is going to be quite nice. I just need them in the action. 22nd over here. I am allowing this to be attrited. The reason being that we can actually soon then buy it out. Like, let's see. So this is China Expeditionary Army. So 13th Air Division here is a unrestricted command, but you can see it's 424 points here at the moment. But what I'm going to do is attrit them down so it's easier. Well, it's cheaper to buy them out of China then, which would be ideal. Okay. Shame we didn't get the aircraft on Chittagong. But right, that IA-169 there goes into ARD. We do have more fuel moving down to the area as well, which we absolutely need. 33rd Regiment arrives there. So Changchun, Mukden, Balabak, Talagi, Wuchao. Okay. So the good thing is, it's like if you were to try to attempt to land it in the area, he's not going to succeed with that one. For example, we have second C. Well, we have the 2nd Regiment over here, C Regiment, whatever you want to call them, and the Regiment of the C Division over here. Then 2nd C, whatever, C Regiment of 2nd Division, whatever you want to call it. You can see obviously they're based here. Might have them plan. I might have them begin planning for Luganville, to be honest. And then we do have the 2nd A over here at Lunga. And then there is also 2nd B over here at Thousand Ship Bay. I mean, obviously, they're providing the engineers for the most part. Those IG engineers obviously helping out. There's only 29 here, but it does go a long way in helping out build. Yeah, we just need it done as quickly as possible now. We do have a 89th Naval Guard there. I mean, we do have the additional assets here. Maybe I'd like to go ahead and drop some assets maybe on these islands here. Kitakata would be very nice to have. Yeah, so quite interesting, actually. We did get these assets over here. The torpedo bombers, MTBs are alive here. It might actually be that we send them into this area down here. I don't know if they'd have the range to do that, that's the only problem. So we'd have to judge that one. But if they could get down here, that'd be excellent. We also do have the landed barges over here. They're out of fuel right now, so they're going to die, essentially. But they are there as a target. Okay. Very interesting. We do have the subs moving down there. These subs around here. Now, he does have these ships over here, so he must be building up Numea as well, which is very interesting. We did see a ship out here too, so hopefully we can actually try and pick up on that around here at Numea. I just really pray that these guys get a shot in there. Really do. But we'll have him go out and then come back in. He'll probably flood the area with ASW, but we'll see. We've got a torpedo into one of them, which is worthwhile. These subs over here. Yeah, that one needs to refuel. So I might have that fuel dropped over here at Carter and maybe use that as a submarine base, I'm not too sure. But yes, we just need that fuel in the area. The good news as well is that we continue to build up this area here too. So we'll soon enough have airfields over here at Tagula and Russell. They're going to take time, but they are being built up. These subs are returning over here to refuel Rabaul. Not ideal, but yeah, we definitely need fuel down here. But then those subs can head down that way. But yeah, we'll have to deal with the air threat from cards, but it's a good chance to be able to deal with the B-72s before they become too overwhelming, essentially. Fuel's not too far away. There's 48,000 units of fuel heading down that way now. We also do have another air defense regiment heading out here. Oh, good. Actually good. Yeah, they're carrying... Yes, so we can split the radar too. That's excellent. That's very good. These orders are heading out to Balapapan. Fill up over there at Balapapan would be ideal. It's 148,000 units of fuel there. Indeed. Oh, the oils, yeah. I'm so glad we managed to capture that oil intact. It's been such a big plus there. See, look, there's a lot of oil there. Right, 56 there. Yeah, I mean, what we might even go ahead and do then is maybe... what's the size of the airfield here? 3. I might even go ahead and take one of these divisions from here and actually have that utilized to take Moresby, perhaps? Yeah, he has the bombers, but he doesn't have the fighters. He's got the auxiliary as well, of course. But it's like, if we so wish to do so, we could potentially have, like, forces head over here to bombard. But it's going to be very, very interesting. This is, like, our first sustained campaign, really. I see it being a sustained campaign, and if he really relents, then we are still able to push down to the islands and really push over Luganville. And there's not much you can do about that. Very interesting. Over here at Wake, it'd be nice to go ahead and get some assets out there to bombard it. I do have my subs heading out here towards San Francisco. It'd be really nice if we could actually try and pick up on a target there. Oh wow, we have a lot of detection over San Francisco. So there's 95 ships there. DDs, AMCs, assets nonetheless. Melbourne, Portland, whatever the hell that is, Noumea. Yeah, Melbourne. No shock there. Interesting. Yeah, so, in all honesty, quite an upbeat note, really. Those are the feelings on it at the moment. We can, we've got our CA out, we've got our BB out. Obviously, we weren't pursued. Obviously, we lost the CL and the DDs. It's a shame that they didn't get through to the target we wanted them to get through to, but it was worth the risk there. It revealed important information to us too. I would have killed for them to have been able to land a torpedo into something, but alas no. I'd have put a couple shells into carry, would have been really amazing, but my luck is never that good. But okay. Let's see. And then if we take a look, we do have the Knicks. I think, I can't recall if it's the 31st of April, I can't remember at the moment. So they might be in production in a day or 2 days. But that'd be great. We can try and get them rolling out there. Yeah, we're not too far away from having the carriage going for upgrade. So we'll see what happens, really. We'll decide to take things as they go, really. Let's see. Yeah, continue to build up Burma. I was considering taking both of these divisions out of Burma, or maybe just one division out of Burma. I guess we'll see about that. It does depend. 2 divisions definitely does give you the ability to resist something. But we are just continuously building up fortifications in the area, so that's what we must do. Just everything needs to be fortified. Absolutely everything. Even if there's only 2 engineers, they still need to do it. The rest of that brigade's over there. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty solid unit to have. We did have our garrison units that arrived over here. You can see they've been moved out. Yeah, they help us with the actual garrisons. Oh, so what we're doing as well, where are they? Yeah, I've decided to go ahead and move Issei to Singapore. And then I think I'm going to have these light cruisers organized around the Dutch East Indies and have them, because they serve like a multifold, yeah, just multifold, I guess, I don't know, what are you going to say? But they serve multiple roles. Because they can actually transfer assets with their capability. They do have decent, yeah, like they can carry 400 troops to 150. They're pretty good at moving troops around. Yeah. So we'll have them do that. But essentially, I'm going to probably have the Issei deployed here, or maybe elsewhere. We're going to kind of opt for the strategy of, like, essentially what we're doing over here with the BBs is, like, we have our principal airfield that we know he would seek to target and seek to try and knock out. And obviously, one of the things they can try to do to knock them out is obviously having surface assets come in and bombard. So if we actually have sufficient forces to challenge such an aspect, such a risk, then it's worthwhile. Yeah, so they can head back. But yeah, we'll just get another ACM over here. I think we do have one eventually. Oh, I know there's more than enough over here. Well, there's one there. Be around somewhere. Yeah. We're going to probably have to use those. Actually, no, to be fair, I might have those AKs transfer fuel down to the area. We'll see about that. You can see we do have construction units moving to Kitakera as we speak. Yes. They were just heading down to that direction. They're not actually heading there. Oh yeah, there we are. Now, it's just an interesting one then, really. I mean, this is it. We need to get this area built up as much as possible then, as quickly as possible. Let's take a look. We do have the ability to defend, which is nice. I mean, you can see, obviously, we do have coral routes there, but obviously there's a landmass there. But yeah, these islands do provide some nice cover for us. He does have his submarines in the area, but he doesn't have that many of them. What I'm probably going to go ahead and do then is I probably might go ahead and transfer these Jakes south, perhaps. At least we have that there to work with. Let's take a look at that regiment in Tokyo. 33rd is part of the 16th Division, which is, yeah, so we need to get them down to Batavia. Yeah. I mean, I could have them build up now. How you doing that, pizza man? Yeah, and Denny's always great like that. In fact, I think I'll just have them moved like that. They're pretty quick to move, and I'd like to get them moved down the area. If I can get them down here, I can actually have them build up into the division. Well, I don't know. Maybe I just build them up and then send them down. I guess I build them up and then send them down. It's quick. Yeah, I guess it's the quickest time to do it, really, isn't it? Then we'll take the last base in Java, secure that, and then we have those divisions then. But yeah, we need to get supply into Ndeni. There's enough for now, but we need to get more in there. But then we'll use that as a search base, which will give us ample coverage over here. He may seek to land here, but at least we still have like 29 AV, which is actually not bad. So we can make use of that. But yeah, I mean, what we'll probably do is just go from these areas here. We have enough coverage, we just need to be able to make his day pretty bad. But it's not looking bad overall, really, I think. Yeah. I mean, his force over here then at Chongqing isn't insurmountable. Can manage that. And, whoops. And we'll just have to bombard there, really. It does mean that he has supply usage directly at Chongqing, so that's even less supply that heads out the area, I believe. Which is not bad. Okay. Yeah, they'll arrive there. So we'll have another bombardment then tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm going to cancel that bombardment and then have like an actual attack the day after. So tomorrow they're going to arrive here. Cool. Okay. So there's another, yeah, that's the whole show. So that's going to arrive in Tokyo tomorrow, which is good. And then Yunyo, which arrives obviously in 3 days. The arcades. Okay. Ship availability then. So, a couple sub-chasers. We also get a new DD there, which is nice. Another Yagumo. Okay. Yamato, 28 days away. The good thing about Yamato when she's finished is then we have all that shipyard capacity then freed up. But we'll have to decide what to do with that. But in fairness, she'll probably be utilised. I might even have... I don't know. I could have like Yamato head to... it depends really where we want to use her. I might keep her in the Sea of Japan. Maybe even in North Korea. At Rashin, I think it is. The reason being that, well, at least you can draw fuel from the area there. It takes a long time to build that base up there, even with 142 engineers. Yeah, we'll have to decide what to do. Eventually, we'd like to go for the Soviet Union, but we'll see how things go, really. Alright, size 2... sorry, size 4 there. Let's keep building it, I guess. We are over here building up fortifications. How you doing there, George? George? Good to have you. I guess I'm going to start building the air base here too. No, sadly not. Sadly not. We did engage the Indomitable and Formidable, but no success there. But we got our assets out, so we're all good. We're all good. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready now to head out to the supermarket. But it's been good to get the turn done. Really happy about that. And once again, if you guys enjoy the content here, please do like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff there. And maybe even consider a small donation would be cool. But in other news, my Battletech arrived. I'm going to keep talking about that until people care about it, because I really care, and you should care. They're cool. I'm going for the Grey Death Legion. I kind of booked it up with some of them. Like, the Marauder 2 is a bit too dark. The Cyclops is a bit too dark. The Atlas is a bit too dark. Archer a little bit too dark, but the rest are okay. But that's fine. I'm gonna work to the scheme. But they're super cool, and one day I will play Battletech on the channel with actual people in actual life. Imagine. So yes, thank you very much there. And yeah, you don't want to, George. You get to watch the replay. It's pretty cool. Until next time, arigato gozaimasu. Ja mata. Mata raishu. Or whenever. Mata. What day we're on? Is it Monday? Monday? It's Monday. So maybe even Mata Kinyobi. Not Mata Kinyobi. Ketsuyobi. I forgot what Tuesday is now. Shit. Ketsuyobi. Friday's Kinyobi. Fuck, what's Tuesday? I forgot what Tuesday is now. Let me just Google that. I forgot what it is. Oh my god. Okay, what's Tuesday again? Oh, Kaiyobi. Yeah. Okay, so Ketsuyobi, Kaiyobi, Suyobi, Mokuyobi, Kinyobi, Doyobi, Nichiyobi. So yeah, Mata Kinyobi, Mata Kaiyobi, or Mata Suyobi. Until next time. Yeah, Atlas is pretty awesome, actually. I'll have to send you some pictures there, George. They are pretty cool. But until next time, arigato gozaimasu, sayonara, have a great day. Remember to like.